There's something deeply satisfying knowing that you can take care of your own needs. Homesteading can and should be a complete cycle, each step supporting another. When we first started to turn our little land into a homestead almost 40 years ago, we didn't have all of these skills. We built them over time. And I want to share with you what we found to be the most valuable to help us be more self-reliant. I love the saying, dig your well before you're thirsty. If you want a garden, learning how to make compost is an extremely valuable skill. Composting is one of the most important, natural, and rewarding things that you can do for your homestead. It's a simple process, but its impact on your garden is profound. If you want healthy, vibrant plants, you need healthy soil, and compost is the foundation of that. It builds fertility, improves structure, retains moisture, and encourages beneficial soil life. Without good soil, even the best seeds and the most diligent care won't get you very far. Composting is the first step in creating a garden that thrives. But here's the thing, you don't have to overthink it. There's no need for perfect layering or fancy bins. And don't worry about getting things exactly right. Organic matter breaks down no matter what. Whether it's a tidy compost pile or a heap of leaves and kitchen scraps in the corner of your yard, nature knows what to do. As long as you keep adding material, kitchen scraps, leaves, garden waste, animal bedding, just keep it moist, it will turn into compost eventually. Too many people hesitate on starting compost because they're afraid of getting it wrong. But the truth is, the only mistake that you can make with making compost is not starting at all. Don't worry about the perfect ratios or turning it on the perfect schedule. Just start piling up organic matter, and before long, you'll have rich, dark compost to feed your garden. The best gardeners aren't the ones with the perfect methods. They're the ones who take action. Composting is the first to a self-sufficient, thriving homestead. So just do it and let nature take care of the rest. Growing fruit, vegetables, and herbs provide homegrown food year-round. Gardening is the heart of the homestead. It's where self-reliance begins. It's where you take control of your food supply and build a deeper connection with your land. By having connection with the land, meaning your land, you'll know what it takes to improve it, to make it be resilient, and you'll also know its limitations. A good example is growing blueberries in our environment isn't the best option. But I know by working with the land that I can grow honeyberries, and they tolerate our soil and our hard water. A garden provides fresh, nutrient-rich food for your family. But it's more than just a source of vegetables. It's about learning to work with nature, understanding the seasons, and cultivating a sustainable way of life. When you grow your own food, you reduce the dependency on grocery stores, cut food costs, and ensure what you're eating is truly organic and chemical-free. Even a small acreage, a well-planned garden can produce an incredible amount of food, keeping your table full throughout the growing season. Gardens are the perfect opportunity to teach children how to grow their own food and eat what they grow, and to learn work ethics early. But the garden's bounty doesn't end at the harvest. It naturally leads you into the next essential homesteading skill. A productive garden often provides more than you can eat fresh, and that's where food preservation comes in. Whether it's canning, dehydrating, fermenting, or freezing, preserving your harvest ensures that nothing goes to waste and that you have homegrown food available year-round. Learning to store what you grow means that you're not just feeding yourself and your family for a season. You're providing for your future. Gardening and preserving go hand in hand, forming a foundation of a self-sufficient homestead where you can eat well no matter the time of year. Gardening should be self-sustaining, and this is a skill that you'll learn over time. By learning how to compost, you not only return nutrients back into the soil with that compost, but you also reduce a lot of waste. Did you know that a lot of the common weeds that grow in gardens can be turned into a low-dose fertilizer at no cost to you? Things like dandelion, alfalfa, nettles, and chickweeds all make great tea and add nutrients back into your soil. They add macro and micronutrients as well as lots of minerals. And the great thing is it helps control weeds at the same time. When you have a garden, you need to learn preserving skills to be self-sufficient so that you have food through the winter months and during the downtime of your garden. Learn skills like hot water bath canning, pressure canning, freezing, freeze drying, as well as dehydration. You want to have different skills. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. If your freezer were to go out, do you have a backup plan? Do you have canned goods as well as dry goods so that you actually have some food? Have any of you had your freezer go out? Here's a little tip for you. If your freezer were to go out or to drop its temperature for some reason or another, you can actually get alarms for these that send it to your phone to alert you that the temperature is dropping in your freezer. That can actually save a ton of money. And I'll put a link in the description of where you can actually go check it out. Learning how to save seed is a skill that you'll learn over time. I suggest that you learn to save a few seeds each year and build upon that. And when you save seed from your area, your climate, those seeds are going to do better. They're acclimated to your area as well as your soil, and their production is going to be a lot better. Water is the foundation of a homestead. Without it, your garden won't grow, your animals won't thrive, and your household won't function properly. Having a reliable water source and a plan to store it is just as important as growing your own food. Whether you're a large homestead or a small homestead, it's really important to learn how to collect it, store it, and use it efficiently. One of the best ways to secure water is through rainwater collection. Installing rain barrels or larger catchment systems allows you to harvest free water from your roof, reducing dependence on municipal or well water. Even in dry climates, collecting rain can supplement irrigation, livestock needs, and emergency use. You also want to make sure that you store enough water for household use, at least a couple of weeks' worth. And make sure that you rotate this as well to keep it nice and fresh. Storing portable, clean water for household use is also extremely critical. You want to store it out of direct sunlight and rotate it often so that it's safe for use. When you have your water stored, you want to learn how to manage the water wisely and conserve it. In a garden, use a drip irrigation rather than flooding the rows. You also want to learn how to mulch your plants. That mulch is going to help keep the moisture in that soil, keeping your plants alive a lot longer through droughts. If you're using rainwater for drinking water, it will need to be filtered. You will need to do some research and find a good filtration system so that you can consume the water safely. Learning to raise and care for farm animals is a valuable skill for the homestead. They provide food, fertilizer, and sometimes even labor. And for us, this is an essential part of our little homestead. Whether it's chickens for eggs and meat, goats for milk, or larger livestock for sustainable protein sources, learning to care for animals strengthens your ability to provide yourself and your family. Beyond food production, animals contribute to the overall health of the homestead. Chickens and ducks help control pests. Goats and sheep can manage pasture growth, and their manure enriches the soil, closing the loop in a sustainable system. Raising animals also teaches responsibility, observation skills, and the ability to work with nature rather than against it. Understanding their needs, proper feeding, housing, healthcare, and breeding ensures that they thrive and remain productive. Homesteading with animals requires patience and willingness to learn, but the rewards are significant. The fresh eggs, home-raised meat, and dairy products not only provide food security, but also deepen your connection to the land and the cycle of life. Each season brings new lessons, making animal husbandry a lifelong skill that adds resilience to any small acreage homestead. And that brings us to first aid and herbal medicine. Beyond conventional first aid, herbal medicine allows us to use plants for healing. Many medicinal herbs can be grown right on your homestead. Calendula for soothing cuts and burns, echinacea for immune support, comfrey for bruises and sprains, and peppermint for digestion and headaches. Making simple remedies like salves, teas, poultices, and tinctures is a practical way to care for your health naturally. These herbal medicine skills can be used for your farm animals as well. You never know when you're going to need them, and it's better to know some of these herbs ahead of time before you will need them. Learning to identify wild edible plants and medicinal plants in your region can help supplement your food supply as well as increase your apothecary. There's a lot of excellent medicinal herbs that grow in the wild, but each have their own growing climate and may not grow in your climate. But generally, there's always an alternative. A good example of that is golden seal doesn't grow well in our climate because it's dry and hot. But a good alternative to golden seal is Oregon graperoot, and it grows around the basins of our mountain as well as on our local mountains. I find it so amazing that God designed the planet so that we can have what we need where we live. This is chaparral, and it grows in the foothills near our homestead, and it was traditionally used for skin problems. I find it amazing that it can grow in such harsh environments. Whether you're off-grid or not, having a wood-burning stove or fireplace, as well as firewood, is a great asset for the homestead. Learning how to chop wood and stack wood is a pretty easy skill to learn, but it is an essential skill for the homestead. Heating your home with firewood connects to land management. Alternative energy reduces dependence on external resources. Every part of the homestead feeds into the next, creating a harmonious system where nothing is wasted and everything has a purpose. Homesteading is like a well-connected cycle. Each skill builds upon and supports the others. Composting turns farm waste into rich soil, which feeds the garden that produces food for both your family and livestock. Raising animals provides milk, eggs, and meat for diversity, and manure for compost. The more you learn, the more self-sufficient and resilient your homestead becomes. Lean into God when you don't know the next step, and He will guide you. May God bless you and your family.